Monday morning. Today is May 5th. Yesterday was May 4th, you know. May the 4th be with you. Star Wars Day. It's also my grandson's birthday yesterday. And so happy birthday to my grandson. And it's time for Monday after a week of break, and it's time to back to school. And we have 1 month of school and we are done for this year. So I have a graduate child and a high school graduate. As you can see, today it is raining. It's just kind of a blah morning. Although rain is a miracle too, isn't it? Like, what would we do without rain? The rain is definitely turning the grass green. The flowers are growing. The leaves on the trees are really pretty. Yesterday I was driving through country roads and the trees were just, the little tiny leaves are coming out, and every day this time of year the leaves will look a little bigger. So that's really fun. That is a great way to think of it, the rain. It's usually April showers bring May flowers, but it's May, so it's a May showers. So good morning. I hope you are well. And it's been a while since I've had this regular morning car chat. And today we have thinking about the end of the school year, which is always the thing for the teachers. Good morning, Robin. Thank you for coming to the video. I appreciate it. So for teachers, the end of the year. Now, I will tell you, after homeschooling for many years, I went to school about 10 years ago. And it was, I really loved it. I had first, second, third grade combination class. I only had 13 students, so it sounds like a lot, but it's only 13 students. First and second was like 6 and 6, and then I had one third grader. And it was hard to juggle all those things, especially after homeschooling and being in a class and being responsible to the school, to the parents, and all of that. And also having my own kids to bring to school. I had 7 kids in school that year. But I will tell you, at the end of the year, I was like, I have to give them up. Like, I felt like they were my own children, and I just loved them so much. And it was hard at the end of the year to think everything's gonna change. Like, life will never be like it was, you know? I only had them for a few months, and now I have to give them up. So that's the life of a teacher. Like, you get so attached to the kids, and if you've taught every year, I'm sure you get used to it. But after homeschooling, and I kept my own kids for all those years, and then thinking, I have to give these little special people up, you know, for the summer, and then next year things are going to be different. It's never going to be the same. Good morning. And so that's part of being a teacher, is giving your heart to your students, giving everything you have, thinking about them all the time. How I have to do my lesson plans for the future. I have to think about what today is. I have to accommodate them for, you know, if they're sick or if they're on vacation. And thank you. And so being a teacher is not easy. You have to give everything you have, and then you have to give them up. But I tell you, the years that I spent in the first year back into the classroom was such a gift to me. And those students are getting to their graduations. Some of them have graduated. I think the ones that were in second grade graduated last year, and then the first graders graduate this year. So, and they're all so smart. Like that whole class, they were all so fun. They were just all so smart. They could finish their papers in no time. We always got our work done every day, and it was just a really good class. So I taught first, second, and third grade, and then I probably could be your grandma. I'm pretty old. I'm like almost 100, but not quite. So I just really enjoyed being a teacher, and I still do enjoy it, but it's always hard for me at the end to, it's like you get to your end of your rope. You want to be finished, but then again you don't. So it's kind of bittersweet, as they say. So this morning, if you could tell, we have lots of fog, lots of clouds, and it's going to be rainy most of the week, I think. And yeah, so I guess we need the rain in order to replenish all of those waterways and everything. So welcome to my channel. Thank you for coming. I'm still trying to grow, and I have lots of videos about teachers. I also am a Christian, so I do have some Christian content. I have knitting. I have what else do I have? I have some videos about Lily and Fox nail wraps. Have you ever tried those? They're all the rage. So I have a set on right now, and they're kind of French tips with little like vines on them. They look really cute. These are 1 week old, so they stay on really well, and I love them. For $2.99, you can buy these in the mail, free shipping, at lilyandfox.com. And I have some videos on how to apply them, and to take them off. Usually I leave them on for a week or a week and a half to 2 weeks, and they just peel off for me. But some people say to use like coconut oil or something along that line. Anything oily will take them off, and you can use the little, it comes with like a cuticle pusher, and you can just use that to kind of take them off gently. You want to be careful with your nails that you don't take the top off your nail. I don't know what it is. Some kind of layer on your nails that you want to be careful of. But for me, if I wait a week, they usually peel off pretty easily, and not much trouble at all. And the thing I like about them is they don't chip like regular nail polish. I mean, they're starting to wear a little bit, and my nails are growing out a little bit, so you can kind of see where they, that they're kind of stickers on my nails. But regular nail polish chips for me within the first day or two. So these stay on pretty well, and I really enjoy them. And you can get solid colors. You can get the French tips like these. You can get regular French tips. And, the first time you put them on, it might be kind of a challenge, but the more you do it, the more natural it will feel for you. I have a process. I put down a base coat, then I let that dry, then I put the nail wrap on, and then I push them down. I have a nail file. You kind of file them down a little bit, and then I put a top coat on top, and that seems to keep them good for at least a week to 2 weeks. Some people say they last 3 weeks, but by then I think your nails are going to start to grow out. So, rain is coming down, and I couldn't find my earbuds, so I'm just using my regular mic on my phone, so you can probably hear the rain on my window pretty well. So thank you for coming to my video, and thank you for your support for my channel. I really appreciate it. I'm trying to do lots of lives. It seems like I get more viewers when I do live streams than I do on a regular video. And I also have on my channel content about my math tutoring business. Everybody's in a hurry this morning, even though it's raining. My math tutoring business, and I have one student that I work with right now in between all of my other activities. One student is all I can handle right now. I would like to find, I would say, you know, if I could find 4 students for the summer, maybe 5, that would be good. And I think parents are starting to wake up to the fact that we need to help our students with their math skills. Math is important, and the schools aren't necessarily cutting it. So we need to step it up for these kids. If they get behind 1 year in their math in school, it's hard to catch up. So I hope that, you know, if you don't have a student, maybe you can spread the word. If you have someone that needs some help, that we could work on a summer school program. And I do it all online, so all they have to do is show up on Zoom, we do our class, we're done. You know, we don't have any before and after shenanigans. Sometimes when you tutor in person, that's what takes a while. Like I had one student where I would get paid like, I don't know, 20 bucks, but I had to drive there. Then you end up chatting a little bit. Then you gotta drive home. By the time you're done, you know, it's 2.5 hours for 1 hour. But with Zoom, you can just go on and do your lesson. And I love doing lessons online. And there's so many different ways to make the lesson interesting. And we can work that out. And then you're done. You know, you go for your, usually 40 to 45 minutes is a pretty good amount of time for a student. And an hour, maybe, if you end up chatting a little bit. You know, it's good to get to know the student too, not just jump right into academics. But, you know, 5 minutes, not a whole day. So if you know anyone who needs math help, let them know. I'm available. And we can work out a plan. So yeah, I'm headed to school. The weather is not the greatest, and it's supposed to rain the next few days. Now, I have a son who's working on landscaping. He wants to have his own landscaping business, and he's working hard on that. And so we're going to be traveling this week. And if it rains, when he comes back, he'll have plenty of work. So yeah, everything seems to be growing. And then I'm hoping to plant a garden in the end of May. Like I'm thinking about doing flowers this year. Just plant a whole bunch of flowers. I love my sunflowers, and I love my own vegetables, but I'm not that great at it. And maybe I'll plant my cucumbers. My cucumbers usually do pretty well. I could use landscaping. All right, send me a private message, normancity13@gmail.com. We can work something out. Hopefully you live in the U.S. All right, and so let's see. I want to do some flowers. I need landscaping at my house too. I'm telling you. We have a lot of work to do in our yard. We heat with wood, so we have tons of wood that still needs to be cut up. Fortunately, we had plenty of wood last year to heat with, so that was a blessing. We got to order some more. We have, I would say, probably a cord left from last year, and then we probably have another cord in the yard that needs to be cut up. So we probably need about 4 cords more. I think we got like 6 cords last year. It's a lot. But it's a blessing because when the power goes out, we still have heat. We have a wood stove. And it's hard because you have to keep stoking it, you have to keep filling it, and every night, in the middle of the night, you got to put wood in, and you got to rush home after work and start the fire again. Make sure, I mean, this past winter was freezing, so we had to keep it stoked really a lot. But you don't have to run out of oil. You don't have to pay the high oil prices. So it's worth its weight in gold, I'd say. But it's definitely not a long-term goal, because when you get older and you can't do the wood, you have to pay the prices and you have to do what you have to do, right? So it's Monday morning, time for school. I have 3 weeks of regular school left, and the last week will be exams, and also my son is graduating in 3 weeks, so I have a lot to do to get ready for that. It's a lot. He's my 12th child. The 12th kid to graduate. Crazy. Next year will be my last child's graduation. Crazy to think I will have no kids in school. It's just been my whole entire life, really. Well, I guess when I had my first daughter, you know, she didn't have to go to school. She went to school, preschool at 4. But she was so hyper. Like, she was so hyper, and she didn't like to share. Thinking back, it's kind of funny because she's the oldest of 13. And she didn't like to share when she was 4. Little did I know she's going to share a lot. She didn't like to share. She didn't know how to take turns. She wasn't really that interested in reading. So I had a friend that she had like a little preschool for a couple days a week, and I thought this will be very good for her. So I think she might have been 3 when I started that. And then she also started violin. We moved to a new location, and the pastor's daughter was teaching violin. She was in 8th grade, very mature young girl, and she offered to teach. It was her first year of teaching violin, and she was going to charge like $4 for a half hour because she was just starting out and she wanted the experience, and I figured I can take that out of my grocery money. So, yeah, spring break is over. I'm headed to school today. And so, yeah, my oldest daughter started violin when she was 4, and it was a blessing. That girl was amazing. And then it turned out that my daughter, when she was in 8th grade, we were homeschooling, and she also started teaching violin at that age, and she was an amazing teacher. And so she taught violin all through her high school years, and then when she became, you know, she stayed home 1 year after high school, and then she went away to college, and she had to give up her violin students, and that was really, really tough. But yeah, so now she's married with her own kids, and her oldest takes violin lessons. So she has that challenge ahead of her. And so looking back, I didn't really want to homeschool, to be honest with you. But it worked out that I did homeschool, and for many years. It was pretty tough because my kids were a little bit stubborn sometimes, but I really appreciate the time that we had together homeschooling. And so, yeah. I'm surprised how fast people are driving, even though it's foggy and there's a car maybe ran out of gas or something. But yeah, people are just moving right along. And so we're headed to school this morning, and hit the ground running, and then it's going to be a busy week. So thank you so much for coming to this video. Thank you for supporting my channel. I really appreciate it. And I'm going to sign off now. And I will see you in the next one. Have a great day.